Number 15 is Ghostly Galaxy, Bouldergeist Daredevil Run. Remember Bouldergeist? That one boss that most people have trouble with? Well, you basically fight him again, but you can't take a single hit. That's honestly not that hard, even when he grows hands. It's really easy to avoid all of his attacks. Besides maybe the rocks that he throws. Those can hit you if you aren't careful. But the fact that you die after one hit will keep you focused. He easily goes down and you'll grab yourself a tasty star. Number 14, Dusty Dune Galaxy, Purple Coins in the Desert. The first out of many purple coin stars on this list. This star takes place in a desert with tornadoes, dry bones and a lot of quicksand. To be totally honest, all this is pretty easy to avoid. There are coins on top of the thwomp on a parkour which you need to press a button on the other side to reach them, and you'll need to use those tornado friends to get some too, as some coins are above quicksand. And as you probably guessed, quicksand is a one-hit KO. There's no time limit to worry about, thankfully, so you can take your time collecting those coins. Number 13, Gusty Garden Galaxy, Purple Coins on the Puzzle Cube. This star takes place on a confusing cube. There are 150 coins, but you only need to collect 100. As you might guess, you are under a strict time limit, 2 minutes and 30 seconds to be exact. There are coins on all sides of the cube. Some are harder to get than others, especially those coins on those really thin wooden planks. You will need to be extra careful or you'll fall down and lose precious seconds. The hardest part about the star is to get back to where the star will be. If you don't remember where the star will be and you only have 5 seconds left, well, too bad, you have to do it all over again. And to say that this is one of the easiest purple coin stars really says a lot. It's tricky, but not impossible. Number 12, Battle Rock Galaxy, Purple Coins on the Battle Rock. I love Battle Rock Galaxy. This is a really short and tricky star. You'll be moving on a circular platform and it will move towards the purple coins, but also towards some electric fences that you need to dodge. You'll be going upside down and even backflip over the fences to collect those coins. You'll need to be fast too, because this platform will not go back, so if you miss some coins, it's game over for you. This star is only slightly harder than number 13, just because in that star the coins are spread out, and you can easily grab those. But in this one, you will need to be a little more careful on where you walk. Number 11, Beach Ball Galaxy, beach coming for purple coins. Purple coins on the beach, nothing spectacular, right? The coins are spread out, and this time there's no time limit to worry about. But that doesn't mean that this star is easy. There is a coin in a hidden corner, on top of the palm trees, which require a spring suit to get to. And there's even one coin on a little stump that you'll need to swing to. And if you miss, you need to climb back all over again. For one freaking coin. Besides this star being somewhat hard, this star is also really fun, so that makes this star just a little bit more bearable. Number 10, Deep Dark Galaxy, Plunder the Purple Coins. This star takes place in the underground portion of Deep Dark Galaxy, where you have fought Camilla. Despite this area being fairly small, that doesn't mean that this star can kick your butt. Half the coins are in the water, so you'll need to focus on your breath meter or you will just end up dying. The coins are located everywhere, on the side of the ship, on the crow's nest, and even on land, so you'll spend the majority of your time searching for these coins. Every time that I play this star, I'll end up with 99 coins, only to find out that I swam past it a couple of times, but just didn't notice. So if you're playing this star, just look everywhere, and this star is not as hard as it seems. Number 9, Snowcapped Galaxy, Star Bunnies in the Snow. This star is just flat out annoying. I really do not enjoy those rabbit chase sequences, but this one goes way too far. First off, you get 150 seconds to catch all 3 bunnies. That might sound not so bad, but here's the kicker. You need to press some blue buttons to open up a hole where the bunnies need to be chased into to catch them easily, but there's also a fire flower in one of those holes. What you need to do is melt those snowmen as snow piles for a chance that there's a rabbit inside. Those buddies can also hide in holes, so you need to keep an eye out for that too. This star is not the hardest one of all time, but there's definitely a sense of dread. whether you're gonna catch all bunnies in time. You need to practice this level, memorizing where all the blue tiles are to get enough time to catch those bunnies. Stupid bastards! Number 8, Seaside Galaxy, purple coins by the seaside. This star is hard, annoying, and need to disappear. This level is really large, so you'll be staying here for a long time, getting all those pesky coins. The main power up is Be Mario, and you will need to be hopping from cloud to cloud, from island to island, and even take a swim to get to areas where there are even more coins. There's nothing more to say about this star, it's just long and really time consuming. Number 7, Loop-de-Swoop Galaxy, Galaxy's Greatest Wave. This level looks familiar, and that's because it is. Just like Loop-de-Loop Galaxy, but 3 times more difficult. First off, you will have to use motion controls, which are already finicky on their own, but you're also faced with a very thin course of water, tight turns, and even a gigantic loop. It's very easy to fall down, and if you do fall down, you have to do this stage all over again, and that will lead you to making even more mistakes. This level is a pain in the neck, so if you're not going for 100%, avoid this level at all costs. Number 6, Melty Molten Galaxy, Red Hot Purple Coins. Alright, I'm so done with purple coin stars, but we're not done with them yet. This star is even worse. You'll need to be really careful grabbing some of these coins. Some coins are right above lava, so you'll need to be really fast with your walks or spin jumps to get some of these. Some of them are right above a pool of lava. A long jump can make this easier, but you really need to aim well, or else you'll go swimming in lava, and that's not what you want. Number 5, Dreadnought Galaxy, Dreadnought's Garbage Dump. This star has to make it onto any list of the hardest stars in Mario Galaxy. It's infamous for it. There are 2 stars in the game that have you blowing up trash, and this is the harder one. It might sound really easy on paper, until you realize that you only get 30 seconds for a whole thing, and the bomb blows up every 10 seconds. So you need to place bombs in very specific spots to blow up all of those trash dumps. The golden coin balls is a good indication of where you need to throw the bombs, so that makes it a little bit easier. But even with the gold balls, it's still stupid difficult. Number 4, Dreadnought Galaxy, Battle Station, Purple Coins. This galaxy again, but now it's about the purple coins. This is the exact same concept as Battle Rock Galaxy, but now it's even harder. This time you're on a thin platform that slowly moves forward, and you will need to collect all purple coins. If you miss a coin, you go back to square one. Eventually, you'll need to hop on platforms that are sideways or upside down. You need to immediately adjust to the controls. But if you're patient and you practice a lot, you get your star. Number 3, Freeze Flame Galaxy, purple coins on the summit. This goddamn level can suck my nut. This star is so difficult that when you get to the top, you'll probably have like 90 or 95 coins. That's how spread out they are. These coins are so hidden that you eventually need a guide to show you where those last coins are. At least I needed that, because I got 99 coins and I only need 1 more. You'll have to use that ice flower to get some of these coins. But when you've found all of them, it's such a good feeling that you never have to go back to this level again. Number 2, Ghostly Galaxy, purple coins in the bomb pen. You think we're done with purple coin stars? Nope, of course not. What you need to do for this level is to pull yourself from pull star to pull star to grab 100 coins. The worst part is you got 1 freaking minute to do it. And there are spikes and bouncy meat flying around. And if you touch the meat, you bounce in the other direction. So that does definitely not help at all. When you do grab 100 coins, you also need to hope that you are close to the star. Because if you miss, you have to do this all over again. This level is just sadistic, but not as hard as number 1. Number 1, Toy Time Galaxy, Luigi's Purple Coins. Purple Coin Challenge at last. God-forsaken challenge it is. You need to collect 100 coins on this 8-bit Luigi. There are rotating yellow platforms, green platforms that disappear when you step on them, and a time limit. So you really need to practice the star to figure out the best route to grab all of those coins. Even after 15 years and being a well-experienced Mario player, This star still gives me trouble, and it's scary too. And the worst of all, you better hope that when you collect 100 coins, you'll have enough green spaces to make it back to the star, because the star spawns at the starting area. Today I will go over the top 10 hardest stars in Super Mario 64. Big Penguin Race on Cuckoo Mountain. This level is not hard per se, it's just annoying. Remember that slide you go down in Star 1? Well, you have to go through that slide again, but this time there's a penguin you have to race. First off, the penguin is quite thick.
Damn boy, he's thick! Boy, that's a thick ass boy!
Which makes it hard to stay on track, and he can flat out push you off the track if you get in between him and a very slim portion of the track. And lastly, he will straight up accuse you of cheating if you take that secret route. So just play well and you will claim the star in no time. Mario Wings to the Sky on Bob-omb Battlefield. This star was the stuff of nightmares when I was a kid. The objective is very simple. Collect the 5 middle coins in those rings with Wing Mario to claim your star. However, Wing Mario is pretty hard to control, so you'll spend some time collecting those coins. You can use the cannon to get those coins faster, but if you miss, you have to fly back to the island and try again. Master the wing cap and this star will be yours. Amazing emergency exit on Hazy Maze Cave. As soon as you start the level and go through the left door, the star is in sight. However, I stupidly tried to wall jump to the star, which didn't quite work out, and I died. So I have to go the long way around. You need to take the right door and go to that maze area and find your way to that star. The maze is filled with toxic gas that will consume your life if you stay in too long. But with the metal cap, this area becomes a breeze once you find the right door. It's such a relief when you complete the star. 5 itty bitty secrets on Tiny Huge Island. Itty bitty secrets, huh? Well, there are secrets, that's for sure. You'll need to roam around the tiny island and touch specific points on the map. And when a number appears, then the secret is found. Well, the secrets aren't really that hard. It's the fact that you can easily fall off the island. Those tiny Goombas don't make things any easier. If you bonk against one of those, you will be pushed back quite a distance and can easily die because of it. Just be patient and you'll collect yourself another star. Eye to eye in the secret room of Big Boo's Haunt. In this star, it's basically a race between you and the timer on the invisible cap. You take the invisible cap on the second floor and you need to wall jump to the attic to go through a Boo painting to defeat an eye to get to the star. Timer is pretty strict and the camera makes it really awkward to execute a good wall jump. So if you miss once or twice, you might get another invisible cap and try again. This star can be very troublesome. Pyramid puzzle on Shifting Sandland. This star takes place inside the pyramid. You go there and you need to climb to the top. Well, I'll find this whole process a pain in the butt, so I'll just stand on the 4 pillars and go down the hall on top of the pyramid and jump towards the first platform. And then it's just blind jumps towards other platforms to collect those coins. It might not sound so bad, but it's definitely a challenge, because if you fall down, you have to go through that process all over again, and that's not what you want. Blast to the Lonely Mushroom on Tall Toe Mountain. This star is just insane. The star is on a mushroom that's way too far away. Too far away to jump, at least. You'll need to talk to a Bob-omb, but that's very hard to get to in the first place. And then you need to teleport from the tiniest mushroom, which is really easy to fall off. And then you use the cannon to shoot towards that mushroom to collect the star. But I have a way easier method. Jump on the Shaga that's near the lock and just fly through the mushroom. While the flying is pretty difficult, it's definitely a lot easier compared to the way you're supposed to do it. Final Bowser red coins. This is the most cryptic red coin star in existence. The level is pretty linear. So why is this star so low on the list? Well, because 2 coins are basically impossible to get without deeply exploring the map. One of these coins is in a safe area in case you fall. You have to goof around with the camera or else you won't find it. The last coin is in the most ridiculous spot. It's under the stairs right before the final boss. So that one is very, very easy to miss. Wing Mario over the rainbow. Well, this is the hardest star in the game, because it requires you to use that wing cap. The goal is to once again collect the red coins. but this time you have to travel to all of the clouds to collect the coins. Might sound not so bad, but there's one grueling twist. If you fall down or bonk at any point, you will get sent down all the way to the outskirts of the castle, which means you have to go through the entire castle to get back to the area and to try again. But with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is only number 2. So what can possibly be harder than this? TikTok clock red coins. Well, here you go. This is the hardest star ever. Yeah, I know you're supposed to stop time and collect these coins. However, I'm not talking about the star the easy way. I'm talking about the worst, most brutal challenge ever that I made up myself. I'm talking about this star when these planets are moving. So I don't know how anyone who has done this star in this brutal way. You have to wall jump in some pretty ridiculous ways to collect all these pesky red bastards. Have fun watching while I'll go over the top 10 easiest stars in Super Mario Galaxy. Let's go! Oh snap, we're starting off with a Bowser star. This is the first Bowser battle you encounter. While it might seem intimidating, it really isn't. A gravity section, fireballs and thwomps may cause you some trouble if you aren't careful. They're pretty predictable, so you won't get hit. Bowser is also not hard at all. He moves very slow, so you can easily defeat him and grab yourself a tasty grand star. Your boy Luigi is in this game. He's trapped and wants you to enter the mansion to find him. You'll dodge a jump before entering the mansion, guide some ghosts into a light, enter a door, to then find 5 star pieces to form a star launcher. There are also pumpkin Goombas in this room, so you'll need to look out for those too. It's really goofy that Goombas just put pumpkin over their heads to make themselves scarier. After that you will see Luigi, and making your way over there you will get the Boo Mushroom, which you can use to get to Luigi. Luigi is finally safe, gives you a star and then returns to a safer place. The first star in the game, well outside of the tutorial that is, so you can expect this one to be easy. You'll go over a bridge to get on the other side of the planet, talk to the Luma, which then transforms into a mini launch star. Then you will have to find 5 star pieces to proceed. You'll need to watch out for rolling rocks, but they're pretty easy to avoid. Dodge some more rocks on the next planet, smash the purple piranha plant in the face and then face off against Dino Piranha. You'll need to spin the stump on his tail 3 times to defeat him. After that you will get yourself a power star. Oh, cookies, they're so sweet, but not as sweet as the sweet Galaxy. Ha ha ha. This galaxy only has 1 star. The goal is to make it across some platforms with holes in them. You'll need to spin jump across so you'll avoid falling, which is really easy. The star is on top of a giant cake, which just looks incredibly tasty. Surfing and surfing some more. You will surf on a manta ray across a course of water. The area in which you can surf is really wide, so you will easily avoid falling. It's nothing special, just surf towards the end and grab your star. The only thing with this star is that you can fall off, but that's really the only danger. This star is just a nice, chill, relaxing ride. In this one, you will raise a cosmic version of yourself. This is the first one you'll encounter, and this one is pretty easy. You'll need to make it to the goal, which is at the back of the galaxy. Just go into that giant hole you see at the beginning and follow the path to get your star. This one is really simple, and you can mess up quite a lot before Cosmic Mario gains the lead. Just be good with your jumps and this star is yours. This planet is covered in those green step on them and they'll disappear platforms. You'll need to collect music notes on the planet. Once you collect them all, the black hole in the middle disappears and transforms into a star. After I've done that, I like to step on all the other platforms just for the lols. This star is so easy that I can do it blindfolded. Subscribe if you want to see that. Oh no, another motion controlled Galaxy? Well, this one is really easy. You'll need to roll a star ball towards the goal, while Goombas try to get in your way. I really like that when you go from planet to planet, the music speeds up when you go fast on those steel bars. This is a really easy star and it will teach you how the motion controls work. The smallest galaxy in the game. Just step on those blue platforms to make them yellow, while some spiked platforms try to get in your way. There's also an enemy that shoots laser rings towards you, but just jump over it and you'll be just fine. After stepping on all the spaces, the planet becomes green and you can use that enemy as a trampoline to get to your star. And now for the easiest star in the game. Luigi just got himself into trouble once again. Now you'll need to go to the other side of the planet again. Take the orange pipe, go through this underground section and take the other orange pipe to get on top of the roof. But there's an easier method to this. You can also backflip against the side of the house and spin to get on top. Then talk to Luigi to get yourself a star. Here's my list of the 10 easiest tracks in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This list was pretty hard to put together, so show it some love. DLC tracks will not be included, maybe in a later video. Fasten your seatbelts, let's go! Ever wanted a Mario Kart track that's all based around music? Well, here you have it, with Melody Motorway. This track is pretty simple to get through. And keep in mind, these tracks are all played on 200cc. This track has guardrails for most of the track. There are a few spots where you can fall off, but not much. The head-bopping piranha plants can eat you if you get too close, but they're pretty easy to avoid. There are also music notes who try to get in your way, and they can even stomp on you, slowing you down in your path. But if you avoid all of this, you should easily become first. Hopefully, Nintendo brings back this track in Mario Kart 9. That would be fun. Another track based on music. Here we have a disco track in which you drive through a purple nightclub. At the beginning you have shy guys and piranha plants dancing and bopping to the music. A giant Mario Kart disco ball spinning around. And all types of lights and electronics, and I'm getting a bit of track now. Electrodome, as previously said, puts you in a disco club. You have sharp turns, but if you're good at drifting, it shouldn't be too hard. What do you have to watch out for is falling off the track. There are a lot of pits to fall into. What makes this easier than number 10 is basically there are no obstacles to worry about. The only thing that's moderately dangerous are the pits, but you can get around that easily. Instead of 3 laps which are all the same, this track is one huge track. Why is this number 8 on your list? Shouldn't this be one of the hardest? Well, no, because I don't have that much difficulty with it. Yes, there are no guardrails, and there's one chain jump you need to watch out for. But this track gives you quite a lot of room to race on. And this track is beautiful as can be, with even a train driving beside you. There are multiple rainbow roads in this game, but out of all, this is the easiest. This track is really peaceful. This is Mario Circuit, a really cool track which is not that difficult. There are a lot of tight turns which you can easily drift through. It's basically a figure 8. There are Goombas which you need to watch out for and a piranha plant that comes out of the pipes to try to chomp on you. Just because this track does have tight turns does not mean that it's difficult. And to be honest, I can do this blindfolded. A beach with a lot of fish and water and sand, where you can make sand castles. Welcome to Cheep Cheep Beach. Peaceful beach with not a lot of obstacles. Yes, there are tight turns, but overall it's not really a threat. There are a lot of ramps to boost your car to ease your driving even more. There's nothing more to say about this track. It's just a nice calming ride, with not a lot to watch out for. Can Mario Kart get even more easy than this? Yes, because number 5 is Moo Moo Meadows. This is basically a farm in which cows roam the land. Monty Moles also make an appearance, in which they will bury themselves and try to strike you by jumping out of the ground. I love how on the 3rd lap, the cows have moved on the road, so you have to avoid them. This track is really simple, and that's why it's on the Shell Cup, because most of the time the Shell Cup is the 2nd cup that you do, so it's supposed to be easy.
sweet candy bears, lollipops, and sugar canes. Say hello to Sweet Sweet Canyon. This track is so incredibly easy. You drive through candy roads, fly through a big ass loop, and the only threat are the piranha plants at the end. That's literally the only danger. You cannot fall off this course, well, except for those blue and pink roads. This track is easy, but these top 10 will be the easiest, not just in this game, but in the entire Mario Kart franchise. The first track that you play in the game. This track is just a normal track with no obstacles whatsoever. There are some boost panels which you can go off, even though they're slower than just drifting on the track. There's absolutely no difficulty on this track. It's just a straight shot. There's no place you can fall off, no Goombas, no cows, no nothing. It's just a track to teach you the mechanics of the game. Okay, this track should win the award for most ramps in a Mario Kart track. This track is a recreation of the 1984 Famicom game Excitebike, hence the name. This track is just a giant circle with a lot of ramps, which you can do tricks of. You can easily get way in front of other players if you trick off every ramp, making this track a breeze. The only so-called danger in your path are the few patches of mud on the track. But if that's the only thing that makes this track a little trickier, then this track easily deserves a #1 spot. But sadly, another one had to top this. And let me tell you, this is easily the most boring track in any Mario Kart game ever. Is this even a surprise? Baby Park takes the #1 spot for easiest Mario Kart 8 Deluxe track ever. You just drive in a circle, well, an oval to be more specific. This is incredibly easy. Today I will go over the 10 coolest galaxies in Super Mario Galaxy. Keep in mind, uniqueness also plays a huge role in this top 10. Hungry Luma's galaxies will not be included in this countdown. Maybe that's for another time. Without further ado, let's go! The tiniest galaxy in the game. This galaxy has 1 star, and you get it by turning all of the switches yellow. Why did the developers came up with such an easy star that even toddlers can complete? There are some spiked platforms, an enemy that shoots laser circles, and laser bars getting in your way. While this level isn't cool per se, the gimmick in which you get the star is really clever. You can easily long jump from one side of the galaxy to another, which makes this level really freaking easy. This is one of the first secret galaxies you will discover in the game, and it's an easy galaxy with a really cool and predictable objective. This galaxy is all based around matter, located in the garden. Matter Splatter Galaxy is a real unique galaxy where you can only stand on the matter. So if you need to, watch your step. Haha, get it? Because the galaxy is watch your step. Anyway, you need to time your jumps to avoid falling. Avoid magic Koopas who shoot fireballs towards you. After entering the pipe, you will need to make tight wall jumps to proceed. The not fun part about this galaxy is using that goddamn spring mushroom near the end. It's always a chore controlling this power up, and the platforms will only appear after a certain amount of time. Well, if you collect the question mark coin, that is. After this there's an auto-scrolling section in which you need to make even more precise jumps. This galaxy is really cool visually, but it also provides a difficult platforming challenge. Motion controls are also in this game, but luckily they're pretty easy. In this galaxy, you'll jump on a ball, and you need to use the motion controls to move the ball forward. There are a lot of obstacles and Goombas getting in your way. There are also a lot of holes in this galaxy, so you need to watch out for that too. There's nothing really more to say about this galaxy, except that you need to focus on so many things at once, that this galaxy will ramp up your skills with motion controls, and keeps your balance. Why is there so much trash into space? Well, ask Space Junk Galaxy for example. This galaxy consists of some cool missions. A Silver Star mission in which you need to hop over appearing and disappearing platforms to get them. A star which you need to go from airship to airship and eventually fight Camilla at the very end. And a star in which you need to find out what's causing problems in Space Junk. When you shoot off towards a different planet and find a giant spider which you need to defeat. The music in this galaxy is also extremely relaxing. It just brings you in a state of peace. This galaxy is just calming. You really don't need to be rushed or be all stressed. Space Junk Galaxy, it's just a calming ride. Damn, this galaxy is intense. This galaxy will do everything to slow you down. In the first star, you will need to dodge some boulders flying at you, as well as some laser walls. After that, you will need to guide a bullet bill towards a glass cage to get the star, which can be kind of difficult to do if you're not good with escorting type missions. In the second star, you need to break into the battle rock, while chain jumps and other dangers try getting in your way. And you need to break a crystal which has lumen inside it. After that, you'll need to do an obstacle section, after which you need to shoot yourself with a cannon to get a star. There's a really cool 2D section in which you need to switch gravity to proceed. And there's also a boss fight in the third mission. Oh, and that blow up trash star is also here. Not gonna talk about that one. This galaxy is really cool with all of its mechanics trying to slow you down. This galaxy is all about ghosts, and it shows. You enter a ghost house and you'll find all sorts of different things. Luigi is also trapped in there, so you need to save him too. In the second star, you'll eventually raise a boo, which can be pretty tricky, but if you play your cards right, he should not be that much of a threat. The final star involves you battling boulder guys. He's pretty cool, but way too easy. Because this galaxy is about ghosts, it makes this galaxy so much cooler than it already is. It's scary, creepy, and overall haunting. This galaxy may look harmless, but don't judge a book by its cover though. Once you enter the water, a bone shark will come towards you. You'll need to throw shells at him to defeat him. Eventually, he will spawn his mini shark buddies to help him, but he's pretty easy to avoid. This galaxy is a bit lower on the list because you don't see this very often in a Mario game. This is terrifying and incredibly cool, but we'll probably never see something like this ever in a Mario game ever again. The first grand boss galaxy in the game, and it's a big one. This boss is so giant that you literally have to walk on top of him. Eventually when you reach the top, you will need to guide bullet bills towards the capsule to get to the star. This boss isn't too difficult, it's just a really cool concept, almost like Shadow of the Colossus. A galaxy which combines a lava and an ice world. Well, I'm in. The missions in this galaxy are also incredibly cool. You'll climb an ice mountain on the first one, after which you will find some sort of ice cube king at the top. You'll explore a lava region and you race Shadow Mario. This galaxy combines two of my favorite elements, fire and ice, which made into this cool galaxy. A galaxy made up of toys? Damn, Nintendo got overboard with this one. You'll find toys everywhere. There's even a Mega Bowser made up of toys, which is insane. There's an electric mole boss, which again uses that spring mushroom. This galaxy is just everything I want in a galaxy. It's colorful, fun, and above all, very, very clever. Top 10 list of the hardest levels in the game. I've always hated those donut blocks in Mario games, but that is nothing compared to the numbered blocks in Countdown to Drop Down, located in Fluff Puff Peaks, the second world in the game. This level features platforms that have a number on it. When there's a 3 on it, you or other objects can fall on it 3 times, before it flips and everything falls off. This gimmick gets annoying very quickly. In the beginning, it's not too bad. You'll need to jump from platform to platform without falling off, and there's a paratrooper at the end, which is pretty difficult to avoid. After that, they start introducing those platforms that move on tracks, and a Lakitu will eventually appear and throw spinies at you, which will also lower the number of the platforms, and you risk dying because of that. If you have a fire flower, then this level isn't too bad, but if you're doing a keep every enemy alive run, then this level can be really frustrating. No, your eyes aren't deceiving you. A level from World 1 is actually on this list, and that is if you're going for the 3 flower coins. The gimmick for this level is that those ball enemies will be rushing towards you, and you have to stay alive while walking on top of them. What makes this difficult is the erratic movements those balls make. It's really easy to fall into the poisonous water below, which may I remind you, it's rising, and it's an insta-kill. The 10 flower coins are pretty easy to get, but it's getting back on the ball train that's difficult. If you aren't fast with your movement, you will fall behind and fall towards your fiery end. And if you want an extra challenge, make your way to the end in elephant form. Or you can just use one if you have a spare one, so you can destroy the blocks at the end that leads to a secret exit. This level is fast paced, so you will need quick reflexes to make it out alive. This is the first level from the special world, and the first out of many special world levels on this list. Remember those hippo buddies that shoot you into the air when you jump on them? Well, grab the Wonder Flower and you will see that they've eaten a lot of McDonald's. The goal is to make it to the end while bouncing on these fat blown hippos which are rolling left and right. Seems very simple, but what makes this difficult is that if you jump on the left side of the hippo, he goes right and vice versa. You really need to plan out your jumps and make sure you don't fall off. Falling off these hippos is most likely an instant death, because there's nothing but spikes and a bottomless pit. And the worst part is, if you're going for 100%, there are 3 10 flower coins in the level, so you'll need to balance yourself on these hippos to grab all 3 coins, or else you risk falling off and having to try all over again. Luckily, this level is short, so it's over quickly, but my hands get really sweaty playing this level. The final level in the main story. It's your first 5-star level, and it really deserves that title, because this level is difficult, but to be honest, nowhere near the hardest. It's an auto-scroller. It starts off with Bowser Jr. getting spanked by giant fiery hands. You will have to avoid the hands, which is pretty simple. After that, a spiky ball rolls towards you, and even I didn't know this. When you get hit by the ball, it's an instant death, so go into the hole to avoid it. Then a bone circle platform rolls towards you. Stand in the opening to avoid getting crushed. And wouldn't you know it, the bone circle comes alive and drags you to a pole climbing section. After that, those ball enemies from number 9 destroy a Bowser statue. The piranha plants will sing again, including King Boo. After floating with pipes, you face the final boss, Castle Bowser. This is easily the coolest Bowser fight ever. This level is pretty hard, but this level is nothing compared to the next few levels. This level consists of 3 Lakitus who are in the background to throw big spiky balls towards you, and it's totally random where they will land. One time it's right beside you and the other time it's right on your face. The section before the Wonder Flower isn't too bad as long as you pay attention. Just avoid the balls and you're good. But the section once you pick up the Wonder Flower is a whole nother story. Now you're in a 3D space and have to avoid the balls, which is even harder. The balls need to bash through yellow blocks to create an opening for you. This is difficult to do because sometimes a ball may fall right in front of you as you pass through. And there are even fire bars you will have to avoid. So you have to avoid like 2 things at once, which is really hard. At the end, you are in between 2 red blocks that close in on each other and those yellow blocks. Good luck getting past this section without taking damage. This level is not difficult level wise, but it's the randomness of the spiky balls what makes it a really difficult level. Just say it, you knew this level was somewhere on this list. This is jump to the rhythm, but literally. Colored blocks appear and disappear to the beat. Sounds really easy on paper, but do not let this fool you. This is one of the few levels in the game that makes my hands sweat like there's no tomorrow. And to make things worse, the beat and music speed up, and the area you can stand on will become smaller and smaller. This level is sadistic and very challenging, and let me tell you, if you thought this beat block level was ridiculous, you've seen nothing yet. Remember that you can become a Goomba in this game? You can only move left and right, and jumping is out of the question. Wave the Goomba from the special world. This level fills my nightmares. You'll have to cross a difficult obstacle course filled with thwomps, spike balls, and those bubble enemies who shoot bubbles at you. You can walk on the thwomps, luckily. That trampoline platforming section is really tricky, but the hardest part for me was definitely that bubble section. You will have to hop from bubble to bubble, and pray that a bubble saves your ground, or else you'll be plummeting into the pit. This is a very challenging level, and we haven't even talked about the 10 flower coins. One coin is right next to a thwomp, the other is above a trampoline, and the third is right above a pit. This level is so difficult, but here's the top 3 most difficult levels in the game. These levels are really ridiculous. If you thought that jump was hard, wait until you see Climb to the Beat. This is the exact same concept, but this time it's a lot harder. You'll have to jump even faster now, and you'll need to wall jump now. Eventually, you'll need to wall jump off of 1 block, which gets really difficult. And the worst part of all, there's poison water coming from underneath you, so you'll have to be lightning fast to beat this grueling level. When I first played this game, I thought that this was the hardest level in the game, but no, I was wrong. So very wrong. This level throws every wonder effect at you. First off, you'll have to deal with the slow fast effect. You ride a pipe down a section with lava at the top and at the bottom. This section isn't too difficult, but you do have to watch out for the bubbles, as they can send you into the lava at the top. Then you have some rising and lowering platforms. Then the effect changes to the Gnashers effect, where those block-eating bees are chasing you. After that, there's a shadow section with long spring enemies, moving spikes you have to avoid. You'll have to jump across rainbow bullet bills,
which is easy, luckily. The next section is really fun. You operate a cannon and shoot towards blocks to destroy them, while lightning strikes and spike enemies try to destroy your boat. Rift is chasing you, so you have to run away from it, while enemies try to make your life harder. After this section, it's all over. This level is incredibly difficult, but not as difficult as number 1. The hardest level in the game, and it's a brutal one. As the name implies, you have to test your skill with every single action badge. This level is so incredibly difficult, and there's so much to talk to. If you want a separate video where I go into great detail on why this level is brutally difficult, leave a comment.
This list will be heavily based on the best items to use in races. A list on the best items in Mario Kart World will follow soon. Here are the 10 best items in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Let's go! The Koopa shell has been in almost every Mario game thus far. Even in Mario Kart, it's really fun to use. It can bounce off walls and hit other opponents if you aim correctly. But what if you could have 3 at once? Say hello to the triple green shell. With this, you'll have everything I just mentioned times 3. Your foes will be afraid when they see you speeding at them with 3 green shells circling you. Speaking of circling you, they can block incoming attacks, except for the blue shell, that is. And if you ram into other players with the green shell circling you, they will be hit by those attacks. One big downside to this item: if somebody else attacks the shell circling you, they will break, which can be really annoying. Are the Koopas even in their shells? Or maybe they are the babies of adult Koopa Troopas, so Mario is committing crimes by breaking Koopa shells. Mario, you should be locked up. This is a somewhat useful item to have, hence why it's at number 10 on the list. This item made its debut in Mario 64. This is the almighty blue shell. The blue shell targets the one in first place, and boy, it can be incredibly annoying. Just when you thought you were going to take that first place, a blue shell races towards you and BAM! You just lost to a freaking blue shell. The blue shell always targets the first place racer, and if you are behind first place, don't think that you are safe, because it will slide across the ground to its target. It can be incredibly difficult to dodge this, but if you are the one throwing it, you just might gain the lead. Don't throw it when you are in first place, then you're just dumb. And wait, there's more. You can even break the blue shell by using one specific item, which is going to be number 8 on my list. This item looks like an alarm clock that will scream and wake you up. This is the Super Horn. Making its debut in Mario Kart 8, this item creates a shockwave around you that can be used to hit other players, break items that are lying on the ground, cause an earthquake, and most importantly, breaks the freaking blue shell. Who thought an alarm clock could be so damn useful? Well, the Super Horn proves that. It's not only useful for waking up, but also for hitting other players. Ever wanted to have multiple items at the same time? Instead of the Lucky 7, which gives you 7 items, Mario Kart 8/Deluxe introduces the Crazy 8. It grants the player who uses it 8 different items: a green shell, a red shell, a banana, a mushroom, a superstar, a blooper, a bomb, and a coin. While that sounds really fun and useful, most players will just spam every item and hope it hits someone. And as you can see in this clip, I only got mushrooms and no Crazy 8. I tried for over 30 minutes and I didn't get one, but trust me, it's a really cool item, but it feels like total luck getting this one. This one has been there since the very beginning. The star will obviously make you invisible. You can ram into other players, cross shortcuts easily, and you go fast as shit. You can easily gain a lead with this item, and you're invincible to all attacks from other players. Only downside from this item is that if you're on a narrow road, like Rainbow Road or something, you can easily fall off and lose your position in the race. The star is great for attacking others, but not for racing purposes, if you're on narrow pathways. Now, let's get to the top 5. And I might have a feeling that some of you might disagree with me on this one. Mario has rented this item from Link to use in his racing career. The boomerang does exactly what it sounds like. You throw it, and it comes back. It can even auto-aim towards other racers, and the aim is fantastic. You can throw it 3 times. If other players are in a line, and you throw the boomerang precisely, you can hit more than one player. But why is this item number 5 on your list if you have so much positive things to say about it? Well, that's basically because I don't like this item, and it's quite unoriginal. Everyone knows what a boomerang does, so why put it in a Mario Kart? Sure, it's useful, but to me, it's not my favorite. The Fire Flower is an iconic item for one reason. It throws fireballs and that's just cool. You can throw a lot of fireballs forwards and backwards and beat your opponents up with fire. Now this item has been in almost every Mario game to date and it's still as fun as it was back in Super Mario Bros. In 1985. But why do the other players don't get burns on their body? Like, the fireball hits them and 2 seconds later they're like, I didn't feel that one bit. The weird thing that I didn't even realize up until this point is that you can destroy those ice things in Sherbet Land. This game has been out for 8 years. How have I never seen this before? The snowmen are just playing sad. They're smiling at you and you just beat them up with your fireball. This is snowman cruelty. What have they done to you to deserve this? We talked about the triple green shell at number 10, but do you know what's even better? Getting the triple red shell. You get the power of the red shell times 3. As you may know, the red shell can be thrown and auto-aim to other players, and it's really useful. Even on long stretches of road, it will fly and shoot off like a rocket. If you're 4th place or something, you can easily get first with this, and it's so powerful, maybe even a bit too powerful. Only gripe is, if you're throwing it and you're right in front of a wall, it will just break. But that's literally the only thing that makes it bad. It's just too good. If you get a mushroom, you are in luck, because it gives you the opportunity to catch up. If you get a triple mushroom, you will have that same luck 3 times and gives you more of a chance to catch up and you can cross shortcuts. But here we have the golden mushroom. You get a limited mushroom for a limited amount of time. You can easily catch up with this one and cross shortcuts easily. I don't know what this mushroom has smoked to get this high, because this is just insane. Now you can attack with this item, but that doesn't matter. You just win if you get this item. I know what you've all been waiting for. Number 1 on my list. So let's get to number 1.
And the number 1 best item in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is...
This item cracks the number 1 spot once again, the Bullet Bill. It's just like stars with a golden mushroom and a chain chomp. It will go fast, demolish other players, and it looks cool. Only thing is that it doesn't take shortcuts. But hey, who needs shortcuts anyway? This item is just too cool to be true. Why is it called the Bullet Bill and not the Bonsai Bill? It's bigger than a normal bullet bill. This item is just so mega overpowered, and that's why it's number 1. Top 10 coolest tracks in Mario Kart World. Let's go. Number 10, Toad's Factory. Returning from Mario Kart Wii, this track is a massive fan favorite. I didn't know that Toad has his own factory. What does he make there? You will have to avoid some machines that try to crush you. Drive over moving platforms. These speed pads make a return. Drive over speed boosts across mud, which is just cool. At the end, there are some Toads and Shy Guys on top of excavators cheering you on. The sheer nostalgia trip I get with this track is just fantastic. Number 9, Great Question Block Ruins. A question block as a stage. Damn, this track is all filled with golden blocks, and it has waving toads at the beginning, so you know this is gonna be good. It has a wall which you can wall ride on, 2 massive clouds where you bounce off, and at the end there are 2 cloud rings where you can get a speed boost from. This track is nothing spectacular race-wise, but the aesthetics and overall vibe makes this a really cool track. Number 8, Boo Cinema. It starts off looking like a Luigi's Mansion type track. You drive into the sheet that displays movies. You can trick off those railings. You drive over film that has a scared Peach on it. Boos flying around. A big boo that pops up at the end. You drive out of the sheet underneath a group of boos before finishing the race. This track really has a haunted feeling to it and really makes you feel spooked while driving. Number 7, Starview Peak. Inspired from Super Mario Galaxy, this track brings you right back into the Galaxy games. Its vibrant colors and spacey vibe is really something special. You fly in the air to really grasp the atmosphere. You can drive through snowflakes to get a speed boost, and you drive through the inside of this palace, which just looks gorgeous. The only downgrade of this track, it's a bit on the shorter side, and there isn't much going on like race-wise. But put that aside with this track, aesthetically, this track is awesome. Number 6, Dandelion Depths. This may look like another beach type level, but no, this is way different. This may be the most beautiful track in the game. You start by driving into the mineshaft like area, and then 10 seconds later, you are in this cave area with waterfalls, diamonds and lights all around you. And these enemies, I don't know what those things are called, but they're cool, okay? Heading out of the cave, you are getting some major speed thanks to the speed boosts, after which you cross the finish line. This track is so cool, just because of that cave area. I might find myself booking a vacation and be there for a couple weeks. Number 5, Dry Bones Burnout. This is possibly one of the hardest tracks in Mario Kart World. You'll have Koopa Troopas and Shy Guys cheering you on in the beginning. You'll drive underneath a skeleton of a massive dragon, get greeted with a lot of lava that's very easy to fall into. There's a very cool gliding section across lava. At the end you will need to dodge more lava, which can get quite annoying. This track is so cool, it's lava themed, so that automatically makes it so much more fun to drive on. But I'll do have to wonder, is this a skeleton of Dry Bowser, or is there maybe another dragon in the Mushroom Kingdom that we don't know about? We may never know. Number 4, Airship Fortress. One of my favorite tracks from Mario Kart DS. This one has you racing on an airship fortress. You will have to avoid bonsai bills, avoid rocky wrenches, get shot out of a giant cannon and drive on the airship. This track is so nostalgic for me, and the atmosphere of this track is so nice. Sure, it's a bit on the short side, but that doesn't take away from the badass design and cool gimmicks. Number 3, DK Spaceport. That's right, a track inspired by the original Donkey Kong makes it into the top 3 of this list. This track is a total blast to race on. You get those vibes that something is about to happen. You go into glide mode and you see the entire 25M stage, including a robotic Donkey Kong, which, may I add, looks badass. You'll have to dodge some barrels that he throws at you. After that you can perform some tricks on rails, which are super satisfying to do. You can drive on this long stretch of wall. And at last, Robot Donkey Kong will throw giant barrels at you. They can be tricky to avoid, but if you do your best, it's pretty straightforward. This track is so cool, it makes a return to Mario's roots, where he was still called Jumpman. Number 2, Rainbow Road. How is Rainbow Road not number 1? Have you completely lost your mind? Haven't you played Mario Kart World enough? Are Donkey Kong and Pauline gonna get married? Rainbow Road takes place on, well, a rainbow, and a big one at that. It's in the special cup, and you unlock it by beating all the other cups. It's also the longest track in the game, clocking in at almost 5 minutes. There are a lot of sharp turns and no guardrails most of the time. And instead of being 3 laps, it's one huge track, which makes this track even better. This track is stunning. It constantly reminds you that you're on a rainbow. There are also a lot of gliding sections, which are really cool. There's a train that drives on the edge of the road. There's a blue crystallized section, which is also really well made. When the 3rd lap starts, I thought for a second that I was going to the Comet Observatory from Mario Galaxy, but was sadly disappointed. After that gliding section, there are some rainbow thwomps who try to crush you. One more gliding section with lots of colors, and you go towards the finish line. This track is so stunning. Not really that difficult, but it just looks amazing. But there's one track that I like even better. Number 1, Bowser's Castle. My number 1 pick is of course Bowser's Castle. I got literal goosebumps when I played this track for the first time. You start by driving into the castle before you go outside, and you go up a cylinder of lava. This reminds me of Super Mario Galaxy. You then have some big lava pools to watch out for, and there's a big Bowser statue which guards over the entire course. Meteors fall around you, and a cool gliding section, after which you need to watch out for the falling meteors. Then you cross towards the finish line. This track has it all: intensity, cool visuals, difficulty, and above all, a really cool lava theme. From Gobblegut to Mega Hammer, the bosses in Super Mario Galaxy 2 are really creative and fun. Maybe a bit challenging at times, but hey, that's what we love about them. Here are the 10 best boss fights in Super Mario Galaxy 2. Remember Dino Piranha from the first game? Well, she has made a baby, named Pee-wee Piranha. He has a giant eggshell protecting its weak spot. After a few hits, he gets really mad and comes charging towards you. This is so sad. Baby Piranha is just sleeping. Mario stops by and boops his ass, making this baby cry. This boss is a really cool callback to the first game, but it's not how you fight this boss, it's how you look at it. You can see it as a baby that gets disturbed, or you can see it as a baby who wants to eat you alive. Look at it! Look how scary this thing is. Another callback to the first game. This is Dig-a-Leg, a younger, smaller version of Galaxy 1's Mega-Leg. Although this one is a lot simpler. See that glass cage on his underside? Well, you need to destroy that using the drill power-up, which can be quite difficult at times. He will also cause little Diggas to spawn by drilling into the ground. Once you hit him 3 times, Dig-a-Leg goes back to sleep and you can get yourself a star. This boss looks really cool and scary, but he is sadly really easy. And here we have the first boss that is not a callback to the first game. First off, the planet where you walk on before the boss arena is actually the boss itself. His name is Sorbetti. To defeat it, you need to hit his giant nose. Or eye. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't matter, okay? This boss can get really challenging after the second hit, because he will go faster, and there are obstacles in the way, which alter his direction. But after you land the final hit, he goes down. I really like this boss, simply because there's a sense of challenge. Most Mario bosses are pretty easy, but you'll need quick reflexes with this one. A giant armadillo as a boss? This is Rollodillo. You use the best power up in the entire game for this one, the rock mushroom. The boss will try to roll you over at insane speeds, but just move out of the way and you will be fine. The boss will try and trick you after the second hit by turning around after rolling, so you need to pay attention. This boss even breaks Mario tradition. Normally, bosses need 3 hits to be beaten, but this one takes 4 hits. What is so special about this one that it needs 1 more life? Either way, this boss is really fun to fight, but not as fun as the bosses further down this list. Hey Bowser Jr., what do you have to tell me today? Wait, Gobblegut? Oh, he is just a snake with red bulges on his body. Well, this can't be that bad. Oh. This is Gobblegut, the final boss of World 1. This guy can be pretty challenging. He will dig himself into the ground and comes out at the other end. What you'll need to do is spin at his red blobs to defeat it. After 3 hits, he will get really mad. But now, you have to destroy the last 3 red spots, which can be really challenging, because he can bite you while you're doing that. But when you finally destroy the last red spot, he will go down, and you will get a Grand Star. Compared to the boss that we just talked about, this one requires a bit of skill to defeat, but beware, this isn't the last time we see Gobblegut on this list. Remember those enemies that shoots coconuts at you? Well, this is their king. Prince Picante is a really fun boss to fight. He will drive across the icy terrain and try to run over you or shoot fireballs at you. But whenever he shoots a coconut, just spin it right back at him. When you've hit him 2 times, he will get mad and shoot fireballs into the air. He is also a lot faster now, so just be careful and you win. This boss is really creative because it combines both ice and fire into one unique boss. This boss, found in Battle Belt Galaxy, is similar to Gobblegut, but now he's on fire. If you thought that the normal Gobblegut fight was challenging, then you haven't seen this one. You fight him in the exact same way, but now, even if you touch him, you will take damage. If he eats the ground, he will leave pools of lava behind. He will cause meteors to fall. This is a really tough fight, maybe even the hardest boss fight in the entire game. This boss fight will also be featured in another top 10 video I will do later on, so be ready. Throwback Galaxy is a 1-to-1 recreation of Whomp's Fortress. You even fight King Whomp at the top. Wait, he goes down in 1 hit? And the door opens? What could be inside? Oh jeez. Yep, this is the actual King Whomp, and he's scarily big. He can jump in the air and slam down, creating a shockwave. He even spawns tiny Whomp guys to help him. Ground pound his back 3 times and he is done for. This boss is so cool because he comes from one of the greatest games of all time, Super Mario 64. He's mildly challenging, but once you figure out his pattern, he's pretty simple. Do you guys like Toy Story? Because this boss bears a striking resemblance. The final boss of World 3, and it's a very cool one. Bowser Jr. goes inside the big green Buzz Lightyear clone and tries to crush you. What you'll need to do is shoot bullet bills at his blue spots to defeat him. He will try to use his hammers to defeat you. Once the 2 blue spots are destroyed, you will need to take a launch star, because the last one is on his back. When this one is destroyed, his head will open up, revealing Bowser Jr. inside, and you will need to shoot 2 bullet bills at his head. This is really easy luckily, since he will try to pound you and you can shoot at his head. He goes down and you will get a star. This boss is fantastic. Really cool design, a nice challenging boss fight, but wait until you see number 1. The final boss of World 5 is also the coolest boss in Super Mario Galaxy 2. Bowser Jr. will go inside this massive cannon and will shoot electric balls at you. What you will need to do is grab the Cloud Flower, make your way up those wind turbines and ground pound the glass on top of the cannon. It will get harder after the first hit, because now Bowser Jr. will try to suck in your clouds. But just be patient and ground pound him again. After the second hit, he will go out of the ground, revealing that he is a tank. Make your way up really high and ground pound him again. He will go down and you can grab yourself a grand star. The second star in Bomb Battlefield has a Koopa that wants to race you. To where? Well, to the top of the freaking mountain. While it sounds intimidating, it really isn't. You have plenty of time to get there. Yes, along the way you will have some bombs and cannonballs to watch out for, but these are easily avoidable. Well, this star can be hard if you're not good with the controls, but hear me out. He takes 1 minute and 30 seconds to get to the top. You will beat this guy easily, and if you win, he even calls you a human blur. No idea what that means, but I'll take it. Hazy Maze Cave isn't exactly known for being the easiest course in the game. Well, this star is a big exception to that rule. For this star, you'll need to grab 8 red coins as Metal Mario in the secret cave area. The only somewhat challenging part of this star is getting to the area these 8 red coins are located in. You need to ride Dory, the big scary blue water Pokemon that has big eyes and is horrendous to control. Once you get past her and get to the area, it's really easy. Oh, and you also unlock Metal Mario here. An easy star with 2 rewards instead of 1. When I was a kid, I didn't know that I was supposed to jump into a random wall to end up in a desert. Well, here we are. Shining atop the pyramid is a really easy star to get. Just use this box with a creepy face on it, triple jump atop the pyramid and get your star. While your triple jump has to be a bit precise to not fall off, the fact we can cheese this star so easily makes it a joy to get. You can also easily get this star if you use the wing cap. For this star, which is ironically titled Collect the Caps, you only need 1 cap for this one. Normally, you need both the metal cap and invisible cap to get the star in the cage. Well, Metal Mario is really slow, so if you're not fast enough, Mario won't make it inside the cage. Simply grab just the invisible cap and you can swim to it. Easy peasy. This is the only circumstance where I couldn't choose between Boil the Big Bully or Bully the Bullies. These stars basically revolve around the same thing. You just push bullies into the lava and you win. These enemies do put up a fight, but you can easily ground pound yourself to victory. What you need to do for this star, just walk up to the pink Bob-omb on the left, talk to him, unlock the cannon and shoot yourself towards the star. This one is super easy, but hey, there's a pro move you can do. If you position yourself facing away from the wall, side flips towards the wall and jump off, you can easily make your way over to the star. Easy squeezy peasy feasy. Man, if you thought the Lethal Lava Land bully was easy, wait until you see this one. This time it's an ice bully. He isn't too much different. You just push him into the icy water and you're golden. But wait, what makes this one even easier than the one in Lethal Lava Land? You can basically slide right into him and he dies in just one swoop. A ghost house, huh? Well, we won't be staying here for long. Just run up the stairs, take the second door, long jump down a hallway of flying books, knock 3 books in the specific order into the bookshelf, and well, you just win. Basically the first secret star you get. You go into this Princess Peach painting, you slide down a slide, and that's it. The only thing that can be a problem for a beginner is that you can fall off the slide. But hey, you won't do that, because we're pro gamers, right? Before we get to number 1, here's an honorable mention. 8 coin puzzle with 15 pieces in Lethal Lava Land. Probably number 1 on most top 10 lists. For this star, just grab 8 red coins on the puzzle plank and you got it. You can get this star in a measly 3 seconds. That is incredibly easy. But well, only 1 can be the winner, so let's go to number 1. In the Jolly Roger Bay room, you find a hole in the wall. It leads to an aquarium with yellow coins and 8 red coins. The task is obvious. Collect the 8 red coins, that's it. There's no dangerous enemies to worry about, no time limit, just swim. And that makes this star number 1 on my list. Whether it's some extra hearts or more punching power, the skills in Donkey Kong Bananza are really fun to mess around and experiment with. Keep in mind that I will only cover DK's normal skills, so no Bananza skills. That will be for a later video. Here are the top 10 best skills in Donkey Kong Bananza. Let's go! Say hello to the drumbeat skill. What does this skill do? It decreases the time needed to hold the L and R buttons to get into your Bananza form. Now, why is this useful? If you find yourself in a sticky situation where you'll need to switch to, let's say, Kong Bananza really fast and it takes a while, then that can be very irritating. Hence why this skill can come in handy. I personally never use this skill, but some people may find a great use for it. Swimming in Donkey Kong Bananza is very slow, and it takes some time to get to your destination. What if there was a way to cover the water faster? Well, say hello to the Surf skill. With this skill, you can go over water like it's nothing. Simply pick up a rock or other terrain, jump into water while pressing CL, and there you go. Press Y while surfing and you go even faster. This is very useful in the resort layer, where there's a large body of water, so you can go wherever you need to go in a blink of an eye. Your jumping height is not that big, so it's more difficult to reach higher areas with unclimbable walls. Fear not, here's the spin jump. You can not only jump higher, but you can also swing your hands like a helicopter, which can damage nearby enemies. While the enemy has to be really close to you in order to damage it, the fact you can even do this is really cool. Simply rotate the control stick and jump. Now, this isn't as useful as the other skills on the list, but the fact there is a higher jump makes this one really useful in certain situations. Getting tired of your surf chunk dissolving fast? Here's the better turf surfing skill. Your surf will last about 50% longer. It doesn't look like a lot in game, but it actually can be kind of useful. Like if you're chasing a fast enemy or have a time limit to worry about, use this skill and you'll easily complete your task. This is more like a skill for speedrunners, if I'm honest. Ever want to collect stuff from far away? Well, the better collecting skill has you covered. Collect gold, music discs, and other goodies from far away. When you upgrade the skill, it will increase your collecting range by 50% on level 1, 80% on level 2, and finally 100% on level 3. Collecting stuff has never been this freaking simple, and Donkey Kong, he's a gold digger. He knows it. What? Apple juice in a Donkey Kong game? Give me a break. This skill can be a lifesaver in this game. You can carry one apple juice at a time, but if you upgrade the skill, you can hold 2, 3 or even 5 of them. What this skill does is if you lose all your hearts, you will be revived and gain all of your hearts back. And being able to do that 5 times in a row is genius. Now this game is pretty easy overall, except for that final boss. Holy crap, you'll need those apple juices, believe me. Why are you putting the heart skill at number 4? Well, because you don't need to upgrade the skill until later in the game. The game is pretty easy overall, but if you're bombarded by enemies, this can be really good. No one wants to find himself in a room full of difficult enemies and only having 3 hearts. That's just cruel. Well, at least I have some apple juice. This one can also be really handy to use occasionally. You'll start with 3 hearts, just like Zelda, and upgrading this skill gives you 1 more heart, all the way to 10 hearts. Holy cow. Having worked out in the gym is always a great feeling. Well, Donkey Kong also worked out with this skill. Punch power gives you, well, more power. Later in the game, there's terrain with 3, 4 or even 5 stars of terrain strength. And you guessed it, need to upgrade this skill to venture to these layers. Upgrading this skill allows you to destroy higher star terrain more easily. And the lowest star terrain like it's nothing. This one is basically a requirement if you're trying to 100% the game. It gives you more power, and that's just cool. No, this is not a Bananza skill as implied by the skill tree. It just simply gives you more Bananza energy, which can be really useful if you just want to cause a little bit more chaos. You can punch longer as Kong Bananza or suck longer, please don't take that too far, as Elephant Bananza, and that's really useful. You should upgrade this one as soon as possible. Now, what will number 1 be? Let's find out. For all our 100%ers out there, this will be your best friend. Sonar will basically tell you where to find challenge rooms hidden underground, fossils that are hard to find, and even bananium gems hidden across the land. If you're a collectible, This will be the skill to upgrade first, because if you upgrade the skill, you'll have a better shot at getting more fossils and even more Bananium gems to upgrade even more skills. This skill is so useful, hence why it's number 1 on my list. These are the easiest stars in Super Mario Galaxy 2. Keep in mind that these stars will be ranked on how non-sweaty the task is and how simple it is to collect. Without further ado, let's go! Well, why shouldn't the first star in the game be on this list? Pee-wee Piranha's Temper Tantrum is a really easy introduction to Super Mario Galaxy 2. You go to the other side of the planet via a pipe, then talk to a Luma to access a launch star, do some platforming, and eventually you'll make your way to Pee-wee Piranha. This guy was actually on my top 10 Super Mario Galaxy 2 bosses video a couple videos back, and well, he's piss easy. Just bust his egg a couple times and he's done for. This level is very easy, which is normal for a first level. Although the boss can give new players a bit of a challenge, he will go down very quickly. This star features a giant Bowser made of snow, which is kinda terrifying to be honest. Grab a fire flower, break down that Bowser snow sculpture and go down the tunnel. Then you have to destroy these snow bricks using a fire flower, which doesn't make sense because Mario should be able to spin these and then break them. The final area is basically a lava-filled pool, and you have to use the snowballs to make a path through the lava. These snowballs are really finicky. Sometimes they go the way you want, and sometimes they don't. Once you get the fire flower, bust down that Bowser statue and get your star. This star can be kind of tricky if you're not good with the controls, and those lava enemies can get in the way a lot, but overall it's a pretty simple mission. This used to be the hardest star in Super Mario Galaxy. In Super Mario Galaxy 2, there have been some changes. Make Mario a Star is a title which sounds pretty confusing, but it really isn't. There are some blue switches which need to be turned yellow. There are some lava enemies from before, some lava underneath you, and some UFO things shooting lasers at you. While there's a lot to watch out for, all of it is pretty predictable and easy to avoid. Once you turn all of the switches yellow, Mario becomes Luigi and you can take a star home. This level is all about the shake mechanic. Do a spin and all blue tiles turn red and vice versa. You can use this to save yourself if you do slip up a jump. But hey, why should you slip up? The platforming is really easy to do. Sure, there will be some chain jumps which can be tricky to dodge if you aren't careful, and electric fences will try blocking your way and zap you into oblivion. But no need to worry. If you just take it slow and take a look at your surroundings, you can easily complete this. Heck, you can even complete this without spinning at all. It's that simple, man. Going to Fluffy Bluff Galaxy, we are in search for the Toad Brigade Captain, and you will use one of the best power-ups in the entire game, the Cloud Flower. With this power-up, you can create clouds from underneath you and use them as platforms, and you'll get 3, so you have 3 safe jumps to make. There's also a section where you'll need to collect 5 star pieces to proceed. The game adds in cosmic clones, but they're no danger at all, since you're in a free open body of water to run around in. This star is easy as there's almost no dangers on your path. You're just going for a nice stroll, and surprise surprise, there's Captain Toad, only that he doesn't have your star. That stupid evil little monkey has the star. He just straight up stole from Captain Toad. Either way, this one is a cakewalk. Now, this may be an odd pick for some people, but I find Silver Chomp Grudge Match to be an easy yet painless star. But why some people may disagree with me on this one is simply because we are balancing on that stupid ball, which you'll need motion controls to move. There are some Goombas and other obstacles in your way, but that's hardly an issue. And you can fall off the stage, which is not that easy to do, since the stage is kinda big. At the end, you'll face off against a great Chain Chomp. He can be a bit of a jerk, but just use your motion controls well and you'll beat him. This is an easy star simply because there are no obstacles in your path, outside of some that you can easily jump over. What? A star from World 6 on an easiest star list? Well, yes, the Deep Shell Well is a nice relaxing swim. You pick up a shell and swim through this dark tunnel that's filled to the brim with enemies. However, these enemies are really slow and are easy to avoid. Those elongated blue things, I don't know what those things are called, can be easily defeated. Just shine the light from the shell into their eyes and they are gone. The part with all of the purple things rolling down can be a bit tricky, but just maneuver around them and you'll be golden. At the end, you'll open a chest, revealing Captain Toad inside. He will give you a star. This star is just a swim. There's literally no danger, unless you're a noob. This star is a giant middle finger to number 4 on my list, because this star is even easier. You go in the water, grab a shell, go up a tower, ground pound the big switch that freezes the water and all enemies along with it, wall jump up that waterfall and grab your star. This is a star that everyone can do blindfolded, because you do basically nothing for this star. It's just a calm swim with nothing to worry about. What? A Shadow Mario star near the top of the list? Well, the challenge on this one is pretty much non-existent. You have to grab 5 launch star chips while platforms appear, and Shadow Mario clones are following you. While this can be a bit of a pain if you don't know how the cosmic clones work, but you will easily adjust. Once you collect the 5 chips, you go to a 2D section, which is even easier than the first one. Wall jump your way to the star crystal, spin twice against it, and get your star. Like I just said, the challenge is pretty much non-existent, but I do like that the cosmic clones are included. It gives off a vibe that it's going to be challenging, but no. This star can be gotten in a matter of seconds. Once you start the level, you take the fine swing. Swing it really high, wall jump a couple times, and there's your star. This star is so easy that a baby can even do this one. There's basically no challenge whatsoever.
There are 127 echoes in The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and you can get some nice echoes really early on. Here you will have my list of the top 5 best early echoes in the game. This list will consist of item echoes and enemy echoes. The trampoline is a really nice echo because it gives you a jumping boost. You can get on top of the trees, access higher areas, and the best part of it all, you can even stack multiple trampolines on top of each other to create a staircase of bouncing goodness. There's nothing more to say about this echo, it's just a nice little bounce. Later on in this list, there's an echo that beats this one by a long shot. Oh boy, if you thought that the normal spear moblin was good, wait until you see the spear moblin level 2. This moblin does more damage and takes longer to die. This guy is really good for range type battles, but you do need to watch out for other enemies. If there are multiple enemies surrounding this moblin, then he is going to have a hard time. Even flying enemies don't stand a chance. He can throw his spear into the air and take down any enemy with ease. He takes 4 try points to spawn, so he's kind of expensive, but that doesn't stop this moblin from being a well-rounded ranged monster. The only downside is that this moblin takes a while to throw his spear, but when he strikes, it's a direct hit. The exact same applies to this one. This echo also takes 4 try points to spawn, but this is the evolution to the Sword Moblin. Sword Moblin level 2. This echo is really good to use if you are surrounded by lots of enemies. He has a shield to block incoming attacks, and he can swing his sword at a wide range, allowing him to strike combos and defeat multiple enemies at once. This guy also takes a while to finally attack, but he packs quite a punch when it comes to melee attacks. If you don't want to see spoilers on side quests, skip to number 1. This enemy first appeared in Ocarina of Time, and now you can use it as an echo in Echoes of Wisdom. This is the P-Hat. This echo is really strong early game and can combo strike enemies really fast. You can fight this guy in the open or via the Flying Plant side quest. If you get this echo, you are set for early game, because this echo can kill enemies incredibly quickly. And that was just the icing on the cake. You can get rewarded with 6 might crystals, which you can use to upgrade your sword. This is the best combat echo in the early game, and I say combat, because number 1 is easily one of the best echoes in the entire game. Oh no, that heart piece is way high up. How am I ever going to get that one? Simply place down a bed in the water and use the crawl tool to climb the wall. No really, if you thought that you can only climb this wall, no, you can climb any wall in the game and skip a lot. Even in Kabul Ruins, you can skip up to 75% of the dungeon by using this echo. Holy crap, this is the easiest way to break a game. Simply spawn in the echo while facing the wall, grab it with X and then hold R to follow the echo. This spider can break the game for you, and it's really simple to do. Mario Kart stands out for being an incredibly fun racing game, but what makes it more fun are the items. As good as some items are, there are also a couple bad ones. Here are the top 5 best and worst Mario Kart 8 Deluxe items. Let's go! What's better than getting a green shell? Getting a red shell.
What's better than getting a red shell? Yep, that's right, getting the triple red shell. Yeah, sure, some may disagree with me on this one, but getting 3 shells that homes in on 3 players that are in front of you, that's just sweet. You can easily get in front of other players with this, which makes it so overpowered. In Mario Kart DS, if you throw a red shell and there's no player in front of you but a wall, it will just straight bump into the wall. I don't know if that happens in this game, and maybe that's for the better. When you get the triple red shell, it's always a party. This item is almost identical to the triple red shell, but it has some differences. With the boomerang, you can aim where you want the boomerang to fly, and it also homes in on a player that's in front of you. Sure, you only get 3 uses, but the fact that you can control where the boomerang flies is really cool. The only downside to this item is that other people can break the boomerang with a green shell or a bomb, but that's luckily very rare to happen. Ah, the good old fire flower. We all know what this thing does. It shoots fire at an incredibly fast rate too. You can bombard your opponents with fire, hit them multiple times, stunning them in place. Well, there's a limited amount of times you can shoot a fireball, but the fast rate at which you throw the fireball is insanely helpful, especially if you like far behind. This item was useful in the first Mario Bros, and it shows that it can also be useful in a racing game. Wait, is this Mario Kart or an F-Zero game? I've lost track already. The golden mushroom is just like your ordinary mushroom, but on freaking steroids. I believe this mushroom has had so much energy drinks and caffeine that it just went with it and goes faster than Usain Bolt. Well, this mushroom is like 100 times better than a normal mushroom, and as long as you can spam the attack button, it will just keep on going. The only downside is that if you are very far behind, like 12th place, good luck getting in the top 3, unless the players are really close to each other. Out of all the items mentioned so far, this one's like mega overpowered. When you get the bullet bill, you'll just press the attack button and boom! Off you go. You have to do absolutely nothing. It will demolish other players, go over obstacles. I mean, the list just goes on and on. It's like the chain jump and a golden mushroom had a baby. Well, I don't know how that works. Maybe it's better that I don't know that. Anyway, one negative it has, at least from what I can tell, is that it doesn't take any shortcuts. So if that's the only downgrade I have, then this item is absolutely superior. But I know what you're all waiting for. Let's get to the worst side of my list. So here we go. Wait, what? The super horn on a worst list? Sadly yes. Even though it's one of the newer items, doesn't mean that it's great. The only main purpose to this item is to block incoming blue shells when you are in first and damaging other players. But that's the only purpose of this item. Why not getting it in first place? I just really don't like the super horn. It's a cool and unique item, sure, but I would not have cried if this item was not added. It just defeats the challenge for me of staying in first. Okay, that's enough harshness on the super horn. Any minute, it's going to cry. Making its first debut in the very first Mario Kart game, the Lightning/Thunderbolt. Yes, it looks like a cool item, but the only thing it does is shrink other players. It also depletes their speed by a considerable amount. That's all. No cool shell throwing, no banana dodging, just a splash of thunder, and that's it. It maybe looks cool visually, but gameplay wise it isn't very useful. Speaking of bananas, this item is number 3 on my worst list. Why, you might be asking? Well, you can throw the banana at other players. We'll probably run into them. It's more like served as an obstacle and not that much as an item. It can block incoming red and green shells, which is nice, but for the rest I just don't have anything to say about this item. I just better feed him to Donkey Kong and make him happy with it. Boo! Oh, I'm sorry. Did I scare you? Well, the boo is certainly not as scary as it may seem to be. What the boo does, it steals items from other players. 85% of the time it gives you a mediocre item. Now, I think you have a pretty good understanding of what number 1 will be. This fish will spray ink on the screen so you can't see where you're going. Okay, that's all. With over 20 copy abilities, the Kirby series has some insane powers that you can use to defeat your foes. However, the 10 best copy abilities will be for another time. Here are the top 10 worst copy abilities in Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe. This copy ability is just here simply because I'm horrible with it. Sand is a new ability found in the deluxe version of this game. You can spit out sand, dash along the ground, and even make a sand tornado. Seems a weird pick for a worst list, but I'm just bad with this one. I will eventually rank every single ability in this game, so maybe then my opinion changes, but not this time. This ability has some really slow attacks. The spear is a cool ability to use, but attack wise, it's really slow. It seems like it has some delay before attacking. You can throw a spear, throw multiple spears at once, do a down thrust, and even fly. Yes, fly, which is completely useless because Kirby is already known to fly. Some attacks are fun to do, but the flying completely destroys this ability for me. Yeehaw! You're a cowboy, Kirby, with a lust for food. I guess he likes whipping cream. Okay, I'll stop now. The whip is a typical Western ability, but I have some bad things to say about it. Yes, it does have a lot of moves, not gonna lie, but the range and overall damage output just isn't very good. You can whip an enemy, throw it behind you, do fury slashes to obliterate your foe. That doesn't make up for the short range. This ability is very cool visually, since it makes you feel like you're in a desert with pirates. The next one has kind of a similar vibe as well, but with this one, you're just slow. Here we have the Overprotective Parasol. This copy ability protects you from falling enemies, falling projectiles, and other things. Sounds good, right? Well, the damage output is absolutely horrible. Unless the enemy is stationary, you will have a hard time landing consecutive hits on enemies. While Wispy Woods was no trouble, but a boss like Landia can be very irritating. While the Parasol has quite a lot of moves, and you can use it underwater too, that doesn't make it my favorite. And I don't use this ability a lot, so I'm just bad. This ability does just as the name implies, you do a high jump. This one can be useful in vertical levels, since you can expect a lot of enemies above you. But for levels that go left to right, it's horrible. And this ability only has 4 moves, and 3 of those are just altered versions of the high jump. Why is this even a thing? I mean, no one is going to use this, except when it's for a very specific situation. Oh, the good old needle. This ability has been in a few Kirby games, and well, it's really bad. You can poke out your needles, shoot your needles, grow a big needle, and stick to the wall. Yes, stick to the freaking walls. How is this even useful? This isn't even useful in the slightest. This move is only useful if you want Kirby to chill, but he can't chill. He got a world to save. Oh great, we've come to the top 4 worst copy abilities. Kirby basically becomes a singer and beats all foes with music. Mic is an ability that's found in a lot of different Kirby titles. It's basically what it sounds like. You scream into the mic, a shockwave comes out, and when it hits an enemy, it either is defeated and bosses take damage. You can do this 3 times before you go back to normal Kirby. But Santendo, why is mic number 4 on your list if you have so many bad things to say about it? Well, because the next 3 are way worse than this one. Festival was one of the 3 new copy abilities featured in this game, and boy, it's atrocious. Kirby almost looks like those peacocks who have sniffed a little bit too much of something. This is basically a screen wipe. When you press the attack button, Kirby comes on screen doing his victory dance with fireworks and all that, but it's the same victory dance that we've seen all these years. The only reason this isn't number 2 or 1 is very simple. It looks cool, but nevertheless, never use this ability. And the second to last most useless ability is the one and only Crash. This copy ability only gives you 1 shot. That's it. After you use it, you will become normal Kirby again. So this is just a free screen wipe. And it's not even that useful since most enemies and bosses are very easy. Well, except for the final one. This ability is only for those that are morbidly curious. It does have a second move, if you shake the controller while pressing the attack button. But come on, this is a slightly more powerful attack. It's not even useful in the slightest. But believe me, the next one is by far the worst Kirby copy ability ever. And here we have Sleep. Guess what you do with this ability? You become a defenseless piece of bubblegum that does nothing. He is completely open to any attacks and he just lays there. Oh, and guess what? There's something extra that you can do. If you shake the controller, the bubble pops faster, so you wake up faster. Really? This is just wonderful. Impending doom is coming and Kirby just lays there sleeping. Grab your launch star and let's go. And we're starting off with a bang. A purple coin star at number 10. Battle Station's purple coins at Dreadnought Galaxy is a somewhat challenging star to say the least. The entire time you are on a platform that is moving and you have to get the coins while this platform moves. It seems easy enough on paper, but no, this star will test your platforming skills. Eventually, you have to jump from a normal platform to a platform that is on the side and upside down. You have to adjust to the controls immediately. Oh, and I'm not done yet. There are even cannonballs shot towards you, which will make it even harder to stay on the platform. And there are 3 coins atop a thwomp. You have to get these coins and do it quick before you miss your ride. If you miss your ride or fall off this moving platform, you'll have to start the entire star all over again. This star is very short but a really fun challenge. There are a lot of purple coin stars on this list, and this is one of them. Beachcombing for purple coins is just a challenging star. It takes long, the coins are pretty well hidden, and you have to use that goddamn spring mushroom to get to the top of the trees. There's even one coin atop a tiny stump that you'll need to swing to. The coins on the water aren't all that difficult to get. It's the overall nature of this star that makes it difficult. Well, at least you're not on moving platforms the entire time. Here you can get all the coins at your pace. Ah, just a nice relaxing desert. No, this is different. This desert is filled with tornadoes, dry bones and a lot of quicksand. The tornadoes can help you reach the purple coins that are above quicksand. You'll even need to push a button on top of some platforms to make platforms appear on the other side. This is timed, so do it quick. One very big downside of this star, just with Dreadnought Galaxy's purple coins, if you fall into the quicksand or even die, you'll have to start over from the beginning, and that can be quite frustrating. You may think this star isn't all that difficult, but for me, it is. There are a lot of coins above lava, which require a long jump to get. Coins beneath sinking tiles and coins in a volcano. The coins beneath those sinking tiles are a problem. You'll need to have quick reaction time or you will just burn your butt in the lava. This galaxy is a really cool example of a fun lava world, but this star is tricky. I can do this star in one try, but back when I was 9, when this game first came out, this star gave me a lot of trouble. This star is so much fun, but it's also challenging. Located in Melty Molten Galaxy, this is the only Daredevil star on this list. Wait, no Bouldergeist? That one is also difficult. Well yeah, that's true, but in this star there are more elements to it that make it harder. For example, those geysers that spit burning steam at you, those lava enemies and a dreading pole star section which caused me to die many times. This star is a test if you can maneuver yourself through dangerous terrain. There's even a section in which you'll need to collect 5 star chips to proceed. But there's so much bullcrap in this section that it makes it so much more difficult to get through. Let's talk about that last section. The lava is rising, so you have to move quickly, but after you've committed to it, you can claim yourself a tasty star. This is a star that, just like the beach ball purple coin star, it takes a long time. These coins are all in the inside area where you fought Camilla for the second time. These coins are all around the area, some are located on the ship, so those are pretty easy to get. There are even some coins on the side of the ship, which will require a wall jump from the water to get to. The worst part about this star is that half the coins are collected in the water, which is quite annoying because the swimming controls aren't the best in Super Mario Galaxy. This star is hard, but not as hard as some of the other purple coin stars. They get much more ridiculous. Oh my, one of the challenge stars makes its way on a top 10 video. If I made the list on the top 10 most annoying moments in this game, this would easily be number 1. This star unlocks when you get all of the 3 green stars. It's a bubble blowing one, and man is it annoying. There are 6 parts, all consisting of challenging sections with electric fences. The goal is to collect the 5 star pieces without getting zapped or get destroyed by a bullet bill. Speaking of bullet bills, in the last section after you collect all the launch star pieces, you'll get get to a section in which you will need to flee from bullet bills. This section can get quite intense. If you fail, you have to do this section all over again. Out of all the stars so far on this list, this star causes me to have a lot of stress, so that's probably saying enough on how hard this star is. This star is the hardest non-timed purple coin star challenge in the game, in my opinion, and it takes place in the Freeze Flame Galaxy. What makes this star so hard is that the purple coins are really spread out. Why is that difficult, you might be asking? Well, the thing with this star, when you first play this star, there's a high chance that when you get to the top, you will have 85 or 90 out of the 100 coins. At least that's what happens to me, time and time again. And you will even have the ice power up, which makes you slippery and causes you to slip on ice. There's even a secret section with purple coins. You will need to triple jump and spin perfectly just to get to one of these sections. When I first speedrun this game in my own time, this star was the last star I did. Just because I get so frustrated with this star. Just when you thought that you've collected them all, there's just one more that's somewhere on the horizon. Okay, I was really struggling which star I find more difficult. Purple coins in the bone pen or Luigi's purple coins. For this list, I put purple coins in the bone pen at number 2. This star is absolutely insane to get. In this star you will need to fling yourself from pole star to pole star and collect the purple coins. As always, you will need to collect 100. There are coins all over the bone pen and bones with meat. If you even touch the meat, you will be flung off path and likely lose a lot of time. But what makes this star challenging is the time limit. You've only got 1 hellish minute to do it. Is this even fair? You'll have to be incredibly quickly with your movement, or else you'll have to try all over again. I mean, if you're fast with aiming and you don't stress all that much, this star isn't that bad. But for me, this star is challenging and will take me a few tries to beat. There are even people who will get all 150 coins in just 1 minute. Maybe I will do a video in which I will try to get all 150 coins, but that will be a big bummer for my sanity. Honorable mention. This star is also infamous for being a really difficult star. In this star you will need to blow up trash with bombs. This isn't hard per se, but here's the kicker. You'll have 30 seconds to do it. The gold balls gives a good indication of where to throw the bombs, but even with that, this star is still incredibly difficult. What? Luigi's purple coins is your number 1 pick? Well, yes, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe I'm over exaggerating a little bit. Most people find this star to be the hardest star in the game, including me. This level has green tiles that disappear when you step on them, yellow tiles that turn when you step on them, and purple coins in the air, which you will need to spin jump yourself back to safety after grabbing them. This level is incredibly clever and very challenging. You'll need to have a lot of experience with the mechanics to overcome this grueling challenge. I've been playing this game since I was 9, and even 17 years later, this level is still giving me trouble. Oh, and worst of all, when you collect the 100 coins, you'll have to hope that you have enough green spaces to get back again. This star is sadistic, hands down why it's the hardest star in the game. Here's my list of the 10 easiest stars in Super Mario Galaxy. Let's go! Motion controls are always cool in Mario games. I personally never liked them, but this galaxy perfectly introduces you to that mechanic. This star, located in the terrace at Loop the Loop Galaxy. It is just a game of surfing, on a manta ray nonetheless. Warning! Animal abuse! Animal abuse! You need to make your way to the Golden Star Gate at the end. As mentioned earlier, you control the manta ray with motion controls. And I don't know about you guys, but I find them quite finicky. One time you're going too slow on a turn and the other time you go way too fast. It just never balances out. This is the easier of the 2 tracks. There's another surfing track that will maybe be featured in another video. Besides that turn at the very end, which is kind of sharp to make, and you can fall off, which sends you right to the beginning. Motion control stars are not fun. I really do hope that if Super Mario Galaxy 3 ever comes out, that game has better motion controls, or maybe put everything to a button or a joystick. The second star that you will be doing in this game is Dino Piranha. Located again in the terrace in Good Egg Galaxy, you go over a bridge to a Luma. He transforms into a tiny launch star and you shoot off to the next planet. On this planet, rocks are trying to roll you over, but just avoid them while collecting the 5 launch star pieces, which can be quite difficult, but thankfully you can destroy the rocks if you spin the red parts, which will grant you star bits. On the next planet, kill the purple piranha plant with the green balls or jump on him while he is on the ground. At the end, you'll crack an egg while landing on it via a launch star. Spin a tail to destroy the egg, and there's your first boss fight, Dino Piranha. Just do the same thing 3 times and he's done for. Again, this is the second star you do, so it's supposed to be easy. If you enjoyed catching bunnies in Mario 64, well, you can basically relive those moments in this star. The very first star you do, it's the Grand Star Rescue. Immediately, you go and follow the white rabbit, the 3 rabbits will hide, and you have to play hide and seek with them. Although they're not very playful with each other because they will tell you where the others are. Then you come across Rosalina, which will give you the spin power, and you shoot off to a planet to learn about starships. Once all are collected, you use the launch star and go to an electric robot type planet. Find and kill the normal looking Goomba to get a key, and go to the Luma that was trapped in a capsule. He will shoot you to another identical planet, defeat the giant Goomba and go down the pipe that opens up. Once inside, turn all of the yellow tiles blue to shut down the machine and grab your star. This is the first star in the game that you do, so it's basically a straight shot. The only thing that might be annoying is catching the bunnies, but once that's done, it's a piece of cake. This star introduces the red star, which allows you to fly, but this star also introduces those pesky purple coin missions. Talk to the red Luma to spawn 100 purple coins. The coins are spread out, but not that much that you'll want to pull your hair out. The coins are land, on top of the houses, and on top of the big rocks. There are even coins that are in bubbles, suspended in the air. These coins can be quite difficult to grab if this is your first time playing this game. The controls for the flying, it's a little wonky, just like the surf minigame, but with a bit of practice, it should be simple. When you do manage to grab all the purple coins, the star spawns on top of the altar where you met Rosalina. And the star is red, even though my game says it's transparent because I already got it. But on the star select is red, so don't blame me. This is an easy purple coin mission, but there is one purple coin star that is miles easier. I think that this is the easiest collectathon objective ever in a Mario game. Purple Coin Omelette is the first purple coin star you do, and it shows by how easy it is. Sure, there are obstacles like boulders in your way, but here's the thing. You collect coins on land, but you also collect coins in the air. But how many are you wondering? You collect 60 coins in the air. 60 out of 100. That means that you collect 60 coins with as little effort as possible. Just go into the launch star and boom, you collect coins. Why is this so simple? And why is there no time limit to make it harder? I don't think that a time limit would make this harder, but hey, it's just an idea. This star, located in the engine room at Seaslide Galaxy, this is the only Hungry Luma star on the list. In this one, you will need to gather star bits to feed the Hungry Luma. He'll shoot you to a planet covered in green platforms. These platforms disappear once you step on them. On every single one of these tiles is a music note. You need to jump, long jump, and run your way across to gather all of them, without falling into the black hole. This star is so low on the list just because there's absolutely nothing to worry about. The galaxy is almost devoid of any enemies, and the objective is really simple. If the toad says it's dangerous, then it probably is. Well, the toad is lying, because this one is even easier than the one in Seaslide Galaxy. On the Seaslide star, you need to put effort into getting the star bits, but this one is basically a straight shot. Located in the fountain at Hurry Scurry Galaxy, there are even less music notes that you need to grab. Almost all of them are in a straight line. It's sad that these green platforms aren't mentioned more in this game, because they could have done so much more challenging stuff with it. Gusty Garden Galaxy is the most peaceful galaxy in the game, if not one of. Well, this star matches in difficulty. You use flowers to fly through the air. You'll need to grab all the question mark coins, which spawns a rainbow star. Grab the rainbow star, shoot yourself with the launch star, find the golden chomp and simply walk into it. There's your prize. This just doesn't have difficulty at all. The only thing that may be a threat are the piranha plants, but you can easily defeat them with a jump or a spin attack. Before we go on, let me tell you, stealing is bad, because stealing is exactly what you do in this star. The big penguin wants a gold shell. You find out that some kid penguin has the gold shell. Grab it from him and bring it back to the big penguin. He'll reward you with a power star. Mario is just stealing from a kid and gets away with it. That's no good, and Mario even performs acts of vandalism and violence, because he throws his shell at other penguins. Warning! Animal abuse! Animal abuse! This was close to being number 1, but this next one will outrank all of these by a long shot. Okay, this star is so easy, it should win a medal for this. Luigi is stuck on the roof and can't get off. Basically, what you need to do is triple jump towards the house and spin to land on top. No star in this game has this low of a difficulty. Even a 3-year-old child can do this. Okay, I've gone a little bit overboard there. Never in my life have I seen a star so incredibly simple.